Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about UFOs. Um, it's a kind of tough subject to talk about because when you start talking about it, people just think you're crazy. That stupid camera is getting on my nerves. Anyway, people just think you're crazy and they're so used to being like, everyone's so used to getting the information that they get and just like believing what they're told as opposed to what it really is. So that being said, I'm gonna just speak my craziness here because I really don't care what anybody thinks. First of all, if you haven't watched Unacknowledged, I'm quoting Steven Tyler. Watch Unacknowledged. If you haven't watched Unacknowledged, watch Unacknowledged. Second of all, I've always been very intrigued with the UFO phenomena and everything that goes on, like everything that always happens. And we get too pulled in by the, oh my god, they're gonna think I'm crazy, or I can't be saying things like that, I'm just gonna look like a weirdo. But honestly, the truth is, this is what they want you to think. They want you to think that it's weird and that you are not normal and that you belong in a mental institute. When you start researching extraterrestrials and everything, you're gonna go back to the Bible times. You're gonna go back to way before Jesus Christ. You're gonna go back to the Egyptian times when they built their pyramids and everything. It just gets connected, and you think that I'm crazy, but I'm gonna tell you, do your homework. Now, when I first started like getting into that and stuff, I kept like researching, and one thing led me to another, led me to another, led me to another, and then eventually I bumped into Dr. Stephen Greer, and he's a doctor, and he left his career to show people that you can make peaceful contact with extraterrestrials, and in reality that's what we're supposed to be doing, because we live in a world where we're just like little robots. We're like little robots, and you are programmed for one thing, right? What you're programmed for: to go to school, to finish school and get a job with your debts that you're gonna have from school, and then from that you're gonna work as hard as you can for about freaking 20 years or more, get as much money as you can so that you can retire for the last like 20 years of your life, okay? And it's just like this keeps us entertained, this keeps our mind controlled, this and a whole bunch of other stuff that I don't want to get into because I'm gonna offend people, and I don't want to do that. Because I believe that everybody has the right to believe everything they want to believe, and I feel like we shouldn't judge, and we shouldn't like jump to conclusions and point fingers at people, because that's not what we're meant to do or to be, right? So yeah, he teaches you how to make peaceful contact, and he has an application you can find on App Store or on Google Store, Play Store stuff. It's called CE5, and CE5, what that stands for is Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. Okay, how you can communicate with extraterrestrials. Now, this is something that, to begin with, everything that you're gonna discover is gonna lead to meditation. I can't stress it enough. You guys are not meditating, get started. Especially, we're still in quarantine. Well, I don't know if everybody's still in quarantine. We're still in quarantine. So even if you're not, 10 minutes a day. Okay, I have so many people telling me they can't sleep, they can't concentrate, they're just stressed out. Okay, like, we die from stress. Stress is the #1 cause of death, because we are freaking little robots following the line, and everybody does what everybody does. Fuck that. Break out of the fucking shell. Just research it. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so that being said, I've used the app, and I've actually done it a couple of times, and let me just say, so the first time I did it, I was meditating. Well, that's the first thing. Like I said, you have to meditate. You have to learn how to meditate first, and you have to do it from within, and you have to understand the values. And then once you do that, and you understand that if you want to make contact with the extraterrestrials, and what you're trying to do is for the better of the world, and by that I mean so we can be transdimensional, I think that's what they call it. It's so we can ascend to a higher dimension. We don't have to be just what we are now, which is nothing. We think we can't control things with our minds. We can. We think that, this is here because I touched it and that's it. No, it's so much more than that. Okay, so let me start with my first time. So I had seen a couple. Like, the first time I saw it, I just saw like a ball, and it was like a silver ball, the size of, like, I'm gonna say a basketball, or a little bit bigger maybe, and it was just floating, like hovering around where the trees are, like in front of my house, and I can see over my house because there's not a house in front of me, so I can see like over the trees, and I was like, oh my god. And I was with Janelle, and I'm like, Janelle, look, and she's like, what, and but I guess I was like, I'm like, you don't see it? And I guess she was looking for an actual spaceship or something. She said no, and I said, oh my god, look at it right there, and she didn't see it. She said, maybe only you can see it. But then by the way, she wasn't meditating at that time or anything. And then it just like went away. It just, I can't even say that it just like flew up or that it left. No, it just like, I didn't find it anymore. And it just leaves you wanting more. And you're just like, what happened? What did I do wrong? So that was my first time, and when that happens to you, let me tell you the experience. You just want to keep going. You just want more. So that was the first time, and then the second time, also using the CE5 app, and doing the techniques that they show you on that app. I was doing my meditation, and I was very calm, and I was very peaceful. I was in my room by myself, and the lights were dim because I like having my lights dim. And I have big windows, so I finished my meditation, and all my windows are open, and I just stand, like I lean on my windowsill, and I'm just looking up. And that night the stars were like, we had so many stars. And yeah, I was just in awe. I'm always in awe by the stars. I love stars. I love the galaxy. I love the universe. I can look at, oh my god, my next goal is a telescope, because I need to freaking look at the stars as much as I can. I just love it. Like, I don't get tired of it. You can leave me outside for hours without the mosquitoes. And I can just stare at stars like the whole night, and that's just perfect for me. Like, I wish I could record it and show you guys all of this, but it does take really like advanced lens to do all this, and I don't have the equipment for it. Lord knows I don't. And when you when you're doing it for yourself, you don't really care who looks or like who can, like if you record or if you have the evidence or not. Okay, so that was my first time. The second time, I was doing my meditation. Like I said, I had just finished. I was in my room. I was just like in like bliss, and I was just like yes. And I look out my window and I'm just staring at the stars, and I'm like this, just staring at the stars, and all of a sudden I see an object that is just shining and it's hovering, and it's like there's some buildings in front of me, so it's like it was very close, but it was like on top of the buildings. So I'm like, oh my god, what is that? And then I'm like, you can connect to the extraterrestrials because it's telepathic. Like it's just like they know, like they can hear what you're thinking, and you're just like, if you're doing it from your heart, like I said, your intentions are good, it'll like you'll feel it. That's all I can say. You can really feel it. So I was like, oh my god, is that another one? And then I'm like, no, it's not that. And then I'm like, if it's UFO, like show me a sign. This is me in my head. And then all of a sudden the craft, I'm gonna say the craft, just like completely shines red. It just turns red. And I'm like, oh my god. And I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And goes back to white. And I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, this is so cool, this is so cool. And then I'm like, because we always trick ourselves out of what we actually see, and it's just like we're programmed that way. I don't understand why we do that. But I'm just like, okay, so maybe it was a satellite or something. No. This thing just starts descending from like the sky, and like I said, I have buildings in front of me, so it starts descending, and there's like a little gap in between the buildings, and I can still see it like going down until I can no longer see it going down. And I was just like, oh my god, that was amazing. The feeling is incredible, let me tell you. And okay, so the third time that I saw it, this was the best time. It was the best time because it was just beautiful. So this time it was I was meditating again, doing my CE5, and this time my daughter's here and she's looking out the window, and she's just like looking at the stars, and I'm meditating, and she's just there, and then she totally interrupts me, and she's like, mom, and I'm like, what? And she's like, I'm not hearing her because I'm in my zone, like I'm just like blocked out. And then she goes like this, and she comes out, and she's like, look, and I stand up, and then I go to the window, and this big light comes so close to our window. It just keeps going like in front, and it's just like, and it's like slow enough for us to see it come all the way from the top, like from the sky, all the way to like in front of us basically, and then it just keeps going. And it was gorgeous, it was beautiful, and I was so happy because it just shows you that everything that they teach us, especially when it comes to UFOs and extraterrestrials, is just all wrong. They want to scare us. They want to tell us like, oh, it's gonna be an invasion. They're trying to abduct you, and it's not like that. Not like that at all. They're transdimensional. They're multidimensional. That means that they can actually see. Sometimes when we see those lights like close like that, and the spheres or the just like sometimes it's like a hologram. They can project here. That's what it is. See, it's not that they're physically here all the time, which I'm pretty sure they can come here, but it's not convenient for for them to show us the way, because they would lose so much money. And this is why I say do your homework, because do your homework, and most importantly, meditate. When you meditate, you can connect to everything. Oh my God, it's not just the UFOs, it's not just the extraterrestrials, it's your life. You get so intuitive. You just know every step that's gonna happen. You know what you have to do. Everything just aligns, and you're like, when you're gonna make a move, it's not a mistake. When you're gonna do something, it's not a mistake. You know what you're doing, and you know how you're doing it. You already have the signs. You have the okays, basically, from the higher beings. So meditate, become one with the universe, become one with your thoughts, and one with your decisions, and you're gonna see how life just turns around for you. Like I said, nothing is a mistake. Nothing is by mistake, and nothing is done out of fear. Like, everything is just, you know what you have to do. So that's what I gotta say about that. The CE5 application is called CE5, Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. Fifth kind means that you make contact with the extraterrestrials. I highly recommend it, but you're not gonna be able to do it right away. So don't go into meditation thinking that you're gonna go and reach an extraterrestrial UFO just to go see it, because it's not gonna happen. You have to actually be in sync with the universe and with the vibrations and everything. And you have to, like, everything has to be open at a certain level, and you have to know what you're doing. Your intentions have to be specifically to make the world better, okay? And that's it, guys. And I hope you guys like my video. I hate saying guys. Every time I make a video, I say guys. We are girls here too. So thank you everyone for watching my video. I hope I connected with you the same way this has connected with me, and it helped me so much. So I hope I can help so many of you also. And I love you. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Oh, comment anything if you have any suggestions for any videos that you would like for me to do or see, or anything at all. Please comment below, and I will take in consideration everything you guys write. I am open for the negative comments. Go ahead, write how crazy I am. Give me all the crap you want. With that being said, say bye to everybody. Say bye. Say bye bye. Say bye bye to everybody. Oh no, why are you so tense? She's Kylie, my rescue. Say bye bye. So she's always so tense like this.